It happened in broad daylight, a crime so fast, so perfectly executed, it felt unreal. 4 minutes. That's all it took for a group of thieves to rob the Louvre Museum, steal France's royal crown jewels worth over $100 million, and vanish into thin air. No gunfire, no alarms that mattered, just silence, precision, and history erased. Paris woke up to shock. The Louvre, the fortress of art, the home of the Mona Lisa, had been breached. The impossible had happened. It was a quiet Sunday morning, October 19, 2025. The sun spilled over the glass pyramid. Tourists lined up with cameras and croissants, ready for another day in the world's most famous museum. But just outside, parked along the Seine-Seine facade, a white utility van idled. Nothing unusual. Paris is always under construction. 2 men stepped out, wearing reflective safety vests, helmets, and work gloves. To everyone around, they looked like maintenance staff on another routine job. What no one knew was that this so-called maintenance crew was about to make history, and well, humiliate one of the most secure institutions on Earth. Inside the van sat a portable lift truck, you know, the kind movers use to hoist furniture into upper floors. Within minutes, the lift extended toward a second-floor balcony. Surveillance later showed 2 figures stepping off, carrying cutters, drills, and a backpack. They sliced open a window, one conveniently under renovation, its alarm system only half disabled. Perfect timing. Perfect planning. And just like that, they were inside the Galerie d'Apollon, the Apollo Gallery, home to France's most valuable treasures, the crown jewels. The gallery itself is a masterpiece, a glittering hall of chandeliers and gold leaf lined with glass cases that once guarded the jewels of queens, empresses, and emperors. The thieves moved fast. They didn't wander, they didn't hesitate, they knew exactly what they were there for. In just under 4 minutes, they smashed open 2 glass displays and took 8 pieces: diamond tiaras, emerald necklaces, royal brooches, and jeweled crowns that once adorned the heads of Empress Eugénie, Marie-Louise, and Queen Hortense. Each item was a priceless link to France's royal past, handcrafted by Parisian jeweler Bopst in the 1800s. The entire robbery took less time than it takes to order a coffee. By the time the first alarm sounded, the men were already gone. So, one of the stolen items, Empress Eugénie's crown, was accidentally dropped during the escape. It was found later near the Seine, dented but still intact. Everything else, gone. When security arrived, all they found were shards of glass, scattered diamonds, and, well, an open window that led absolutely nowhere. The Louvre immediately went into lockdown. Tourists were evacuated, the gallery was sealed off, and helicopters started swarming the skies above Paris. France's justice minister appeared on live television within just a few hours, calling it an insult to national pride. The French press called it worse than the theft of the Mona Lisa, and honestly, they weren't wrong. The Mona Lisa can be copied, photographed, reproduced endlessly, but these jewels, they were one of a kind, physical pieces of France's royal identity. Napoleon gifted some of them himself. Losing them wasn't just theft, it was erasure. So, how did they pull it off? Investigators believe the robbers used Paris's endless maintenance work as camouflage. The Louvre has been undergoing renovations for years. Scaffolding, temporary access routes, and, well, hundreds of contractors entering and leaving daily. The thieves dressed like them, blending in perfectly. That window they broke through. It had been scheduled for alarm upgrades that week. In other words, they struck during the perfect security gap. But you know, that's not the only thing that makes this heist so chilling. They knew exactly where to go, like they had a map in their heads. They avoided high-profile artifacts like the Regent Diamond, which, by the way, is worth $60 million, just way too famous to sell. Instead, they went for smaller, resellable pieces that could be recut or even melted down for easy laundering. Whoever planned this job, they really knew the black market. They weren't amateurs at all. These were art thieves of the highest caliber. By afternoon, French police had totally locked down the entire district. Border patrols were alerted all across Europe, and yet there was just no sign of the culprits. CCTV later showed two scooters waiting near the Pont du Carrousel bridge. Within minutes of the alarm, they were seen speeding away, merging with Paris traffic before disappearing entirely. Authorities suspect they ditched the scooters in an underground tunnel near Bastille and switched vehicles, a move so smooth it could only have been rehearsed. But then came the question that changed everything. Did someone inside help them? Investigators soon discovered the Louvre had recently undergone a lighting system upgrade. Several subcontractors hired for the project had vanished after the heist, their IDs real, their identities fake. Inside the gallery, forensic teams found traces of professional-grade lubricant on the window hinges and tool marks from industrial cutters. Every movement was precise, like a military operation. Nothing random, nothing sloppy. Whoever did this had studied the building. Probably, from the inside. The French Minister of Culture compared it to, well, a scar on our heritage. The Apollo Gallery, once a symbol of power, was now a crime scene. 3 days later, a chilling discovery deepened the mystery. Cyber investigators found blueprints of the Louvre's security layout uploaded weeks before the heist, posted anonymously on a dark web forum known for selling stolen intelligence. The post had been accessed from a server routed through Eastern Europe, then deleted. Someone had sold the plan to the thieves long before the crime took place. And it gets darker. Interpol traced a private auction listing in Dubai showing a tiara identical to one stolen from the Louvre. The listing disappeared hours after being flagged. Whether it was real or bait remains unknown. Experts fear the jewels have already been dismantled. A royal tiara worth $15 million could be broken down into loose gems sold individually, impossible to trace, unrecognizable as historical artifacts. And that's the tragedy. The Louvre didn't just lose money, it lost legacy. Those jewels had survived revolutions, wars, and empires. To lose them now, in an age of digital surveillance, feels almost impossible. And yet, it happened. Tourists still gather outside the Apollo Gallery, staring at the closed doors behind police tape. Some leave flowers, others, notes. You survived Napoleon, one reads. You didn't survive greed. Behind the scenes, investigators are racing against time. They have just a few clues, a glove fragment, a partial fingerprint, and a trace of lubricant that's, well, unique to one industrial supplier in Germany. Every lead, honestly, feels like a ghost trail. But there's one theory that haunts everyone involved, that the heist wasn't just about jewels. Some insiders believe it was a test, a demonstration to prove the Louvre could be breached, a message from an international syndicate specializing in high-value cultural thefts. And if that's true, this robbery might only be the beginning. For now, the gallery remains closed, wrapped in silence and shame. The Louvre has promised new security systems, full staff audits, and even artificial intelligence surveillance. But can you really protect history when someone knows the blueprint of your walls? The truth is, France hasn't just lost jewels. It's lost confidence. If the most visited museum on Earth can be stripped of its treasures in 4 minutes, what's safe anymore? As one Parisian art historian said, the jewels are gone, but what's worse is what they took with them, our illusion of safety. And maybe that's the real heist. Because somewhere, someone is holding those jewels right now. Maybe in a locked vault beneath a mansion, maybe melted down into rings or earrings, or maybe, just maybe, sitting untouched, waiting to be sold to the highest bidder. A ghost of France's past, glittering in the dark. If this story gave you chills, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we're just getting started. The world's most guarded secrets, they're not always hidden behind walls. Sometimes they walk right out the front door. So, here we are, standing at the crossroads of uncertainty. It's a test, really, of our resilience and our resolve. We find ourselves questioning, pondering if we have what it takes to move forward. But remember, each challenge is an opportunity in disguise. Ah, the illusion of safety. It's a comforting thought, isn't it? But sometimes, what we perceive as secure may just be a mirage. We cling to familiar routines, seeking solace in predictability. Yet, true safety often lies beyond our comfort zones, waiting to be discovered. Even in the darkest of times, there's a glimmer of hope, a sparkle that refuses to be dimmed. It's the human spirit, resilient and unyielding, glittering in the dark. We find strength in unexpected places, and it's this light that guides us through the shadows. Now is the time to act, to rise and make a difference. A call to action has been sounded, urging us to step up and be counted. We may feel small, but together, our voices can create a symphony of change. So, let's embrace this moment and move forward with purpose.